So let's take a look. So I have created this simple little HTML page and it has just one P element inside the body area, and this is viewable on our page. So let's write some styles. Now you noticed that the styles that we write from our cheat sheet is we just write the style element and we provide the property and the value. All right, so let's take a look. I'm just going to simply do style is equal to, and I'm going to write a property. Which property do I want to change? Let's say I want to change the color, the font color. For that, I'm going to use a color property and with colon, and then I'm going to provide which color I want to make it. So let's say I'm going to say red, and I'm going to put a semicolon, and that's it. Save, and I refresh, and you see it's red in color. Perfect. Now let's say if I want to change multiple properties. So let's say maybe I want to change the background color, or maybe I want to change the font size, right? So if I go over here to our cheat sheet, you see there's font size, font weight. Weight is like bold or normal. And there's something called background color, right? So I can change that. So let's take a look. So let's say if I want to change multiple of these properties, just after I put the semicolon, I put a space, and I can provide a second property. So let's say font size colon, and then let's say I want to change the size to, let's say, 15 pixels. So 15 px, save, oops, put my semicolon there, save, refresh, and you see it's slightly smaller. So I'm just going to make it, let's say 25, save, refresh, and you see it became bigger. Now let's add one more property. I'm going to put a space next to the semicolon and provide background color. And let's say the background color could be, let's say, green. So I'm going to say green and save, and did not put my semicolon. Just remember to do that. After you write your properties, you put the semicolon over here. Just the way it's mentioned over here. Property colon value and then semicolon. All right, so that's the syntax, and same applies to when you're writing with selectors. We're going to get to writing the selectors in a bit. Now save, refresh, and you see the background color for the entire P element. This is not just for the text, it's for the entire P element because the styles are applied to the P element. The entire P element background color is green. Now with that said, I want you to actually play around with the rest of the properties, at least in the text section. Do not worry about the box, display, other, list, background, because they need a little bit more explanation. But I want you to go to the documentation. So I'm going to just go over here and just Google CSS reference Mozilla, because Mozilla is the most authenticated resource for the web technology out there. You go over here and you will see whatever I explained to you is actually over here, right? The syntax, we're going to go in over more detail in a bit. And if you go over here, you're going to see all the different properties that CSS has. So let's say if you want to look at font weight, for example, I'm just going to do Control F and do font dash weight. All right. You see font weight over here. You click and then you read what font weight does and what different properties or values it has. So if you have it bold, you see all your text is going to be bold, or lighter is going to be very light. All right. So 100, 900, you see what happens. So you can look at these particular properties and play around with that. So with that said, do that homework, and I'm going to talk to you in the next video where we're going to learn more on how to write CSS in other sections. Talk to you in the next video.